Manny. Hey, new season of Lego Masters season 2 came out. It's bringing a lot of memories to you, isn't it?
It is. It really is. It's such a delight and it's such a treat. Week in and week out, seeing these new challenges and seeing the new season. So, I mean, even Dad, he's on vacation and he's catching it. But as far as me, yeah, I can't wait for Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. The show's amazing. Lego Masters is by far greatest competition ever assembled. Ah,
What do you think of the challenges so far in season 2 in comparison to your season?
Um, well, it's a new season, and with Lego, I think it's always been about growth. I think with this new season and these new challenges, they stepped it up a higher level. You know, they're making these challenges a little bit more yeah, challenging. And I mean, the episode, you know, they incorporated four elements. You know, so that was kind of neat. That in this season they're bringing in other things besides, you know, just a plastic Lego brick. You know, they had water and they had the slime and the glitter this second episode. So it's great that in the second season they actually stepped it up a higher level, you know, with just more interesting challenges. So yeah, this second season it's very interesting.
Now, you told your story many times about how you started with Legos, which was with the castle set when you were a child. Am I correct?
Yes, yes. I think it was 1986, 87 when Lego launched the Castle series. I know their first Castle set Lego introduced was the 1982, 83 Lego Castle, the classic, the yellow one. But I think the first one that I got was like the gray, the classic Lego gray brick. I think it had blue tiles in it, and it's bad for me because I should have this set, you know, memorized already. But yes, it definitely was the castle. And it started when I was 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old.
That is amazing. Do you remember others of favorite sets that you have built since then?
When they ask me nowadays, what's my favorite theme or what's my favorite, you know, out of Lego, out of everything of the world of Lego, you know, considering that Lego has Lego technique, and I mean, all the branches that Lego comes off. I would say anything that has to do with pirates. So, uh, growing up, the pirate sets were always a delight to have. Castle ones were one of my faves. If I had a favorite Lego set right now, I would go into Lego Techniques, and it would be the space shuttle that came out in 1996. I think they did yeah, they did do a remake this year of the space shuttle, which I haven't had yet. But anything with space too. So any of those themes, if it has to do with castle, pirate, or space, I'm all in it.
So ever since the show, most definitely you are still playing with Legos.
Oh yeah, very much so. Again, forgive my tardiness. Just life and everything that comes with it. I do very much still engage with Lego. I cut hair, you know, and I work 9 to 7. And nowadays, yeah, you know, just the hair is in demand. But after work, you know, like after 7 o'clock in the evenings, I catch myself fiddling. You know, I don't have to unbox anything. You know, if it's 50 or more pieces, you know, that you could just fiddle around, try to figure out, you know, stud usage and just part usage. I like doing that. Mark said it on the show. Most Lego, you know, enthusiasts have like this box of like cool pieces or cool elements. I'm one of those enthusiasts, so I have like this personal little box with just unique pieces that I try to do something new with, use them, you know, in a different way. So yeah, to answer that question, very much so. I still engage with Lego, and me and Dad, we actually are doing our YouTube channel. So I mean, expect us to unbox and unveil sets in the future. So, I mean, yeah, we still very much still play with Lego. Oh yeah.
Prior to your season, how how much involvement did you build Legos with your father?
Um, Again, my dad, retired truck driver, so he was always here on the weekends, and every single time that he was home, he engaged, whether it was with me or his grandchildren. Dad has 5 grandchildren, 3 boys, 2 girls. So I mean, throughout the years, it's always been like that staple for the Garcia family, just to gift, like a Lego box or anything that Lego has. I mean, I remember one Christmas I got my mom, like a Lego stuffed um, figure. So I mean, anything that had to do with Lego in our family, we definitely gifted and I mean, yeah, me and Pop, the biggest things that we did build was on the show. When you have that chance to have 3 million bricks at your disposal. Yeah, Lego Masters was the only time that me and Dad build, as big as we did. We don't have 3 million pieces at home. But, I will say this. Safe to assume, and I'm pretty sure if Dad was here, if we did have 3 million pieces, yeah, me and Dad would have definitely used, build bigger and would have built more extensively. But yeah, with the small collection that we have at the house, we have like this box filled with just loose Lego pieces. So again, before the show, every single time we have family gatherings and stuff like that, we just played with that box. And I mean, if I had a Lego set that I wanted Dad or the family to get themselves involved, then we did that. But I will say, yes, that once we got into Lego Masters, that's actually the most that we ever ran our fingers through Legos together. The biggest things we built, I mean, Timmy the Monkey on episode 3, I mean, that was just larger than life. He was, I think, 3 feet. His legs were dangling off the work. So when it came to Lego Masters, definitely, that was like the highlight of me and Dad, building Legos together. Definitely.
That is terrific to hear. Would you suppose the bond between you and your father got stronger as that season actually went through?
I think so. I really do. The funny thing is that me and Dad, we're father and son yet again. We have that sort of friendship. We're just, of course, I respect him as my dad. But he sees me as like we're friends. It's weird to actually say that. And again, Dad, I think he will agree to. Our relationship is yeah, we're very close and definitely after the show that just united us more. Dad right now, he's doing vacations and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that when he comes back from vacation, we're gonna just keep doing more builds and stuff like that. But the show definitely united us. Definitely did.
Do you have any regrets on the show, or is it just all great experiences for you?
Any regrets? They asked me if I had a chance to do Lego Masters again, would I do it? I don't think it would be fair, simply put, because we already experienced it. What we did was what we did. If I had a chance, I think now in hindsight, like in episode 4, could I have done more? I think all the contestants, all of us, we could have done more, but it's really more about the focus. You have 10 hours, 12 hours, to complete a challenge. You have to have story. You have to have technique and aesthetics and all these things that you have to incorporate. You have to focus on that. And as far as going back, I would say in episode 4, if I had a chance, maybe I would have done wings on the horses on my Western theme. It would have been, Pegasus Fantasy. but I'm still very happy with what me and Dad built every single episode. Do I have regrets? Nah. I mean, Dad was really on me too. Did you hear what Brickmaster Jamie said? You have to follow the rules. So after me and Dad, we found ourselves in the bottom two, episode one. That was a definite wake up call for me and Dad to really step it up for episode two when we did the Space Smash. And that's when Dad was really like, listen, we weren't careless, but we were a little bit carefree episode one, but we made sure not to make the same mistake. And like I said earlier, with the show, everything was growth, you know. The expectation that yeah, we're growing, and we're meeting, so many brilliant people, and we have this newfound connection. But yet again, the reality kicks in that someone has to leave. So I think all that put together, I mean, we didn't want to leave, we didn't want to get eliminated, but it just happens, and you just take it for what it is. And I mean, my dad's proud. What more can I say? He's a proud dad, so.
I think your experience was great. A lot of us would buckle under that pressure and time,
Yeah.
the time clock ticking down and all the lights and all this kind of stuff. I mean, that must have been quite an experience.
And I think we've shared this when we were filming and when we were doing the show. A lot of the contestants agreed. Flynn and Richard being one. We are enthusiasts and we're fans of Lego in the comfort of our own home. You see, you could find any of us, just lapped up on our living room with a box of Lego in our socks, cup of coffee, just enjoying, our time. But then, like you said, when you have that big clock looming on top of you, you have the judges too, giving you advice. And again, I was talking to Mel yesterday, and it all starts with the beginning process. I mean, it all starts with the planning. Once they give you, like the rules and the challenges and stuff like that, it all starts from the beginning. Once you develop that story, and then halfway through, 5 hours into a challenge, if you don't like an idea, the thought of you restarting, it shows that you have that, strength to like start from scratch halfway through a challenge. I mean, that's kind of tough. But again, I think yeah, it is a lot of pressure. And yeah, me and Dad, luckily, yeah, he didn't scream too much at me, but Dad was screaming at me. I will say that. Dad was screaming at me.
All right. Well, let me
yeah.
start wrapping things up with you. Obviously, you live the dream for a lot of Lego enthusiasts. What advice do you have for people who would love to be on the show or even compete on this or future seasons of Lego Masters?
That is a good question, and that is quite easy to answer. I think consistency. I think being consistent. When it comes to Lego, again, it's all about the growth. So you have to have a certain acceptance on the fact that you can change a square brick. Yet again, you have to have that mindset that we could still create a round sphere with Lego bricks. Now, my advice to anyone that sets out, in that Lego Masters adventure, is to always think big, always have ideas, always have that story and that ability to create. You're seeing, these four studs on this plastic brick. The possibilities are endless. When it comes to Lego, you have to really expand your mind and figure out those characters. You have to have the names and just develop that story. And it doesn't come overnight. Yeah, with a lot of contestants, as you can see, We've all been playing with Lego since we were kids. So that's another thing, the consistency. Always play with Lego. I mean, there's been times where I've haven't had the best day, you know, thought twice about engaging with Lego bricks. But yet again, once I do that, I say I'm gonna do this for 15 minutes, but then I find myself doing it for 4 straight hours. And I think it's just that impulse of just keep building. Let's build bigger. Let's build something that Brickmaster Jamie and Amy haven't seen, you know. So that's kind of that's kind of tough, but it's that sort of mindset that will really get you there. Most people, you know, they see them as judges and they were tough, but in all actuality, Jamie and Amy, they really wanted to roll up their sleeves and build with us. You know, they had that look that they were like, well, you know, let me help you out here with this. So I think that says a lot in my experience. We have to build something that, you know, even them haven't seen. It's that wow factor. So anyone that pursues Lego Masters and wants to apply, think big, always keep building, have those ideas fresh, and I mean, the sky's the limit. Don't work on the workstation either. I mean, that's another thing. We asked, are we limited to the workstation? But then, you know, when it comes to the rules, well, you have to move your final build to the display section. How are you going to move it? But that, again, that sort of mentality, like, wait a minute, am I limited to the workstation? Can I build from the floor up? And it's like, yeah, you can. So it's that sort of mentality on like, how can I take this square brick and take it bigger? So for anybody out there that's listening, just think big, always have great ideas, and yeah, just keep building.
I think that's great advice. And Manny, you lived the dream for many Lego enthusiasts. So win or lose, you did it. So
thank you. Yeah, I wish Pops was here. And again, sorry for my tardiness. Dad had a little hiccup with his camper. He's all right. I actually had to pick up Mom, which just left the car. She would have said hi, but this was great. I'm glad that I was able to do this with you, Gig. And I mean, yeah, I'm glad I could be of help. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for sharing your experiences with us again, and a lot of people appreciate it. Thank you.
Likewise. Again, thank you for having me. If you guys are out there, just keep building.
Appreciate it. Next time. Bye now.
Bye.